Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hollywood premiere of Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. This is the 19th feature film in the Dragon Ball Z franchise. We're going to have a lot of special guests here today, special cosplayers, American voice actors, as well as the Japanese voice actors. So you guys hang in there and let's meet a few people.
Has been in my heart, like ever since I was a kid and I started watching Dragon Ball Z. Frieza was my favorite character, and that's also why I cosplayed Frieza about a year ago. And then when I found out that he was coming back, I think I screamed really loud.
Welcome to the Dragon Ball Z premiere. What do you think about Dragon Ball Z having a premiere like this?
It's just extremely fun.
Did you ever think that you would be doing Dragon Ball Z for this long? This is the 19th movie in the DBZ franchise.
No, not at all.
It's been, would you like to see more?
Oh yes. Forever.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm excited because Frieza was considered long dead in the series, and so the fact that Frieza's been resurrected is a really big deal. And so I'm very excited to see what that's going to entail, and Frieza's new form, as well as Goku maybe being in a more stable version of the God mode, which I haven't seen the film yet, so these are just rumors I hear from the internet. So I'm very excited what's in store. My producer tells me that this film's better than the last one. So that's going to be hard to top because the Battle of Gods was sensational.
Welcome to LA. What do you think about Dragon Ball Z receiving a premiere like this?
Oh yeah, this is fantastic. You know, I love it. I mean, it's amazing that we were able to go to the U.S. first, actually, and not Japan first with this. So that's Toei's been really helpful in that area.
Hi, I'm Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming out to the premiere.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, what do you think about Dragon Ball Z getting a premiere like this?
I think it's awesome. This is crazy. This is huge. I think it just speaks to how popular the show is here. So, like, yeah, it's well deserved. I was a big fan growing up, so I think it's awesome that they're giving it even more attention.
What about, what do you think about having done Dragon Ball Z for this long, and now we're on our 19th feature film out of the Dragon Ball Z franchise? I mean, how does it feel continuing to voice them?
It's the gift that keeps on giving, you know? It shows no sign of stopping. The popularity obviously is there. Even when there's lulls, when there's nothing coming out, we still crank out a new game every year. People buy it like hotcakes. Xenoverse is a huge hit. People love being able to play online and customize their characters, and we're always looking to take things to the next level in the video game realm, and hopefully with brand new movies.
Do you think some of the success of these films has to do with Akira Toriyama coming back into the fold? The character design, some of the screenplay?
I think that he had a lot to do with it because I got the impression they don't want to move on without him. Like, he is really truly the spirit of the Dragon Ball Z series. So it's nice to see him being really involved in it. And it's so amazing to be at a Japanese dub premiere. Like, that's a very unique thing. I mean, I have to remind myself that we haven't even recorded this yet. I'm so excited because I haven't seen it, and I really want to get in there and see it so bad.
Well, hey, thank you so much for talking with us. Get in there and see it.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
I'm very excited to be a part of this possibly unprecedented and auspicious day to have our esteemed Japanese guests here and the legendary Masako Nosawa here. I'm so so I'm too excited about this film. I'm going to turn it over to Nosawa-san. There we go. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming today, and I hope everyone stays excited throughout this entire film. Thank you. All right, come on, holla. Here we go, guys.
Ha! Ne! Ha! Ne!
fantastic event. I mean, we just got finished watching the premiere of Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F at the Egyptian in the US. What do you think of this incredible response?
いや、まあ、素直に反応いただけてものすごく嬉しかったです、僕としては、作った側としては。
もうその通りで、ちゃんとここで笑ってほしいっていうところでもうざっと皆さん笑ってくださったから最高でした。うん。
Were you aware that the American following for Dragon Ball Z was this enthusiastic?
まあインターネットでたまに見たりはしてましたけど、まあ生で聞いたのは今回が初めてなので。
私はアメリカには2回ほど去年と一昨年来て、神と神の時に来たんで、その反応はものすごく良かったんで分かってるんですね。もう大勢愛してくれてる人がいるってことは。でも一回一回がなんかちょっとずつ増えてるような気がするの、私の中では。うん。
It's a spirit bomb. Genki Dama.
Genki Dama.
Genki Dama. Yeah.
So this is really a question for all three of you. You all three have put really so much of your lifeblood into Dragon Ball Z now. Sean for 20 years, for 30 years, and Sam again for 30 years. It's such an incredible property, and it totally makes sense. I'm doing the same myself. But talk to us a little bit about just the longevity of this show, how long that you've been working on it and doing it, and the excitement.
最初始めた頃は原画と動画を交互にやって、作画監督になって、それから映画の作画監督になって、最終的に今監督という形でやらせてもらってます。
Impressive.
私はやっぱり役者ですから、最初からの出会いでもう悟空と一体になってずっと長年やってきてるわけじゃないですか。でただね、悟空がやっぱり成長してるんですよ。最初はまあ子供だったから当たり前のことなんですけど、大人になってからも決して俺は強いんだってものは出さないし、自分のための修行をずっとこうやってからもう人間的にも素晴らしくわずかずつだけど、大きくなってると思うんですよね。これからもどんどんもっともっと大きくなってすごい悟空になると思うんです。はい。
It's funny that you mentioned the arrogant. One time we had a translation kind of miscommunication on the script, and I was in the recording booth, and Goku was sounding kind of arrogant. And I said, Goku's never arrogant, and we changed the line there because we looked at it like, oh yeah, we gotta fix that. And because having been with the character as long as I have, which is not nearly as long as Nosawa-san, it's still, you start becoming like, there's not a day that goes by in my life that I'm not connected to the character in some way. And as being the dub actor, it's a unique position because it's not a voice. It's not. I wasn't there from the inception, but my life would be radically different without. I mean, I owe everything I have to Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama, and so to be a part of it and to have you guys be so gracious to let me be a part of this with you is it's kind of a dream come true that I didn't know I had. You know.
So this is a very unique opportunity for us because we've got the English voice of Goku,
yes.
Japanese voice of Goku, and then someone who's been involved with the character design, and so all of his gestures and his body movements and his design and what he looks like also by you. So between both countries, the three of you are bringing this incredible individual to life. One thing that really surprises and kind of, I don't know if it shocks me or not, but you and Sean have very, very identical views of the character.
Yeah.
And you've not had conversations.
No, we've only spoken briefly.
Right.
Yeah.
But yet, and so I was wondering if you knew just how much in common the two of you have in the view of the character.
私はね、前にもお会いしてて、ちょっとお話伺ったから、同じだなっていうのは思ってましたね。
Yeah, and that brings me to a quick question I wanted to ask. And I swear only because when I did a panel with you, I could feel this, but like, not to sound strangely metaphysical, but is playing Goku like a spiritual channeling? Is it a spiritual experience for you? Because for me, it's like, that's what I mean, when you're an actor, that's what you try to do with all your characters, but Goku in particular, you really have to, you're channeling a lot of energy. And I remember being in music school and kind of coming up for my idea behind what I believed an artist was about in terms of music. And for me, I use the metaphor of a superconductor, which has no electrical resistance. And so when I was studying music, I was trying to have very little resistance between me and the audience, and I never could quite realize that. But with Goku, there's so much power and so much going through you. I wonder if it's a spiritual experience for you.
私はね、そんな立派なあれはないんですけどね、やっぱりいろんな役をやりますからね。絵を見てマイクに行くまで、その前はちゃんとどういう育ちをしたっていうのだけは読むんです、原作を。どういう育ちをしたかっていうのはね、その育ちは自分の中に入れて、それでもう絵を見た時にスッといっても悟空になっちゃってバーって言ってるから、自然体で入り込む、悟空だからこうっていう構えはないんですよ。
Easy now.
I can't move.
Guys, we just got finished watching this new Dragon Ball Z movie. What are your thoughts?
Oh, come on.
Come on, hit me with it. It was the most fantastic thing I've ever seen.
Still catching my breath here, man.
It was amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they amped things up like tenfold. I thought Battle of Gods was amazing, but this one really brought it. Like everything you want in Dragon Ball Z, the epic fights.
Yeah, it really
was almost like you could take the two movies and play them back to back, and it'd be a perfect double feature.
Easily.
Because where some people may have complained that there wasn't as much fighting as they're used to in a Dragon Ball feature, this one
had more than enough.
Yeah,
more than made
plenty.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It feels like this movie hit right into every major point. It just felt like it was a complete and total movie. I mean, it really didn't feel anything like a series. It felt like we've entered into a new type of a franchise, a new type of a vehicle for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's a new type of storytelling for this series.
Yeah, the real clincher is having Akira Toriyama write the screenplay.
Yeah,
having his hands directly involved.
Yeah.
It was a thorough film. Whereas some of the other DBZ features, not including Battle of Gods, were just kind of a fight show, kind of like let's show off our special effects. This was written like a motion picture.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's incredible.
Any kind of final words or final thoughts on this event and what's happened? And
it's been pretty amazing and pretty overwhelming. I knew that it was going to be a big turnout. I did not realize that it would be quite as large as it was.
Well, and that's something we should probably touch on. Chris and Kyle were both at the red carpet last year. This is your first outing
time,
into it.
First time. Crystal and I have been like kids in a candy store.
It's pretty phenomenal. They put on a great show here today.
Great.
But being at the last premiere did not prepare me for this one. Like, this one's pretty darn fancy.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty amazing showing up today and seeing so many people outside and a giant, like, not just one red carpet, but a lot of red carpets.
Indeed. At like this epic historic venue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it really is.
And we're standing like inches from Masako Nosawa. She's like the voice of Japanese Goku is right below us, She's like
sitting right in front of us.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And
I kept
Gohan.
tapping her on the head.
And Gohan.
And Gohan, yeah.
Yep.
So, out of 7 Dragon Balls, what do you give this movie?
All 7. Man.
All 7.
All 7.
Oh, I give it 7 Namekian Dragon Balls. They're the huge ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
you go extra. You go that extra mile.
yeah.
I'm going to give it 6. If Frieza had 1, I'd have given it 7.
A little biased.
Just a tiny bit biased on that one. No, I'd give it a 7. Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for your
Thank you,
time
man.
and for this fun moment today.
Oh gosh, thank you all for having us here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It was great.
Hey, buddy. Thanks. That was close.
Sure, you do the same, right, pal? Stay here and get some rest. I'll be right back.
Full force attack!
Thank you again so much for your time today. Would you mind talking to us a little bit about Frieza? Frieza seems to be the complete and total opposite of Goku. And of course, this movie brings this character back in a very big way. Talk to us about some of the differences between the Frieza character and Goku.
悟空から見てフリーザっていうのは本当にわがままで 強いんですよね、あの人はね。あの方ももうフリーザはフリーザで修行してきてるので。でも本当に悟空から見たフリーザっていうのはやっつけたいんですよ。やっつけたいんだけど、憎い相手なんだけど、ある種裏返しで友達だと思ってるんです、悟空は。彼がいないと自分の修行した強さを試すこともできないから。でフリーザがいることによってまた彼は強いから、自分も修行してやっていかない、自分を高めなきゃいけないからっていうことで、私というか悟空にとってはなくてはならない人ですよね、フリーザというのは。
Perhaps two sides of a coin.
そうですよね。絶対に殺さないですからね、どんなことあっても。
Would you mind telling us a little bit about way back when did you audition for Goku?
はい。
How did that go?
私オーディションってあまりしない人なんですけど、ヒットした3つの作品は全部オーディションで、悟空はオーディションで鳥山先生がお選びになったんです。だから私としては悟空の大体のキャラ表を見て、でこういう生まれ育ちですってのだけ聞いたもんで、それでずっとまたマイクの前行って絵を見てるとスッと入っていっちゃうから、そのまま素直に出たものが悟空と一体化ですよね。だから。
You've been Goku all along.
そうだ、即決だって言ってました、鳥山先生が。
At what point while working on Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball did you realize that this was turning into something that was a phenomenal super hit in Japan?
気づいた瞬間はないですけど、私は常に一本目始まったら悟空になったらもう悟空でずっといくから、ずっとこれはヒットするっていう信じて言ってんですよね。
Well, thank you so incredibly much for your time today and for just taking the time out to be here and in our country and to help us celebrate this incredible achievement.
もう私の方こそ皆さんにもうこんなにね、大勢の方に喜んでいただけて幸せです。本当にありがとうございました。
You're a lot stronger now than the last time I saw you, Frieza. There's no question about that. But it's been a really long time, and in case you didn't notice, I've gotten stronger too.
The first time we fought, I made mistakes and you caught me off guard. To ensure that won't happen, I'm going to take my final form from the start.
So as working so closely with all of the team, you get to be the voice of the hundreds and hundreds of people who are working on this movie. Is there anything you'd like to say on their behalf? I know you have such an incredible team.
本当にスタッフ全員最後の最後まで頑張ってくれて、みんなが最大限のブルマじゃないですけど最大限のパワーを上げて作りました。
Wow, that's so fantastic. And you've been a part of this team now for just an incredible amount of time. It feels like you are, an equal kind of part to the show over the years and part of its magic. How much of the team has grown up with Dragon Ball Z, maybe watching it as fans and now they're working on it, or maybe they've been working on it this entire time?
今ですね、みんな有名になってしまってですね今回参加してくれたのは2人、アニメーターで2人ずっと最初からやってくれてる方は2人でしたねただ、効果と、編集さんはずっとやってる方です。
Well, for whatever it's worth, I feel that those words speak volumes to your caliber as a director for this, because this movie truly feels like yet another regular chapter in the world of Dragon Ball Z. I assume that's because of your leadership on this.
一人じゃ作れないですけどでも本当になんか自分のやりたいことをやらせてもらったっていう感じかな。で本当にさっきも言ったけどみんなが効果なり音楽なり声優さんたちもそうですけど絵描く方もみんな本当に一生懸命やったのでこういう作品になったと思います。
And finally, and this is the last question I have for you, but what is it that you hope American fans walk away with after watching Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F?
何はなくとも悟空の元気かな。
Questions, please. No questions.
It's thrilling. I'm really excited. I haven't seen the final mix yet, so I'm really excited to see how everything turned out.
I am beyond thrilled that we're doing this tonight. The show is so incredible and the cast is so good. I can't wait to hear from it. There were a lot of people that I didn't get to hear yet, so I'm really excited about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Justin Cook.
Here I am. Hold your applause. No. You don't have to get up. Sit back down, enjoy yourself.
Justin, what are you excited about today?
This movie I hear is kind of a big deal.
It's a good. Have you seen it yet?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Cool, you're gonna like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, Raditz isn't in it though, so whatever.
What's
You
up
probably
with
won't
that?
even pay attention.
I understand the Produce Man is in it then.
Produce Man. Justin Cook plays Produce Man, based on his famous line from Majin Buu: "Produce, produce."
You get to see a bit more of the new characters that were introduced in the last movie, and you get to see a few of the older characters do stuff that they haven't done in a long, long time.
They sound so good, and it marries so well with the animation and the story. Everyone loves the action. Oh, it's fabulous, and I'm happy to be a part of the crew in this new one. So, yeah.
It's the best movie yet. Super action-packed, and the visual effects are like out of this world. It's,
Oh my gosh, yes. I wish I could go back and watch it again, to be honest, right now.
Amazing movie all around. You know, 1,000,000 out of 10. That movie is just so well done.
Amazing. I almost cried. You almost cried 3 times, actually. No lie. Like, I was, like, stopping tears. Like, not only because, like, this movie is just amazing, but I got to watch this in my lifetime. Like, a premiere of a Dragon Ball Z film. I grew up on this, and now I got to watch it. I was like...
It was straight to the point. It was straight to the action, which is what people like to see.
I could not believe what I actually got to just witness first person. It was astonishing.
Like, I feel like a kid again, yo. Like, they don't seem to understand how epic this is.
Loved it, man. It was freaking awesome. It was amazing.
yes, most legit martial arts action you will ever see in any Dragon Ball anything up to this point.
So watching the movie in the theater is a totally different experience.
It's revolutionary for the Dragon Ball Z franchise.
The music was amazing.
The music was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it had a really, really good sense of when to go with the epic rock music and when to let the fight happens in silence. The contrast was beautiful.
Yeah.
So good.
Guys, the dub premiere, Los Angeles, last night. Give me some of your opinions. How do you think it went?
I think it was unbelievable. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Absolutely amazing.
So 4 months ago, we did this, except it was just the world premiere of the movie. Last night, dub premiere, the red carpet, the reactions from the fans. Chris, I mean, Vegeta's moment. It nailed it in the house, I thought.
You can thank me by staying out of this fight from now on. I'm finishing this.
Yeah, of course. It's your turn anyway. Have fun.
Please, if you believe you can defeat me, then you're more delusional than ever.
That's right. You had no idea, did you? I've been a Super Saiyan for years, and now I too have the power of a god.
Yeah, I was really excited for that moment. Well, partially because I play Vegeta, and it's always cool to see a character you play do something really amazing. But after going to the subtitle premiere, we knew all these moments that were going to be huge crowd pleasers. We'd already seen it beta tested, even in a different language, and so getting to hear the reactions to it was amazing. What was even cooler is where we were sitting. How was it? We were in that giant premiere theater, so we're up on this huge balcony in the back, and I looked down the bottom, and I was like, "It doesn't seem like there's a lot of people there." Someone goes, "Dude, you're only seeing like the first 4 rows." And I go down there, and it's massive. It's like Academy Award style. It was incredible.
Amazing.
So when big moments happen, you heard a giant roar in the room.
Yeah.
Chris, you had some awesome reactions. By the time in the fight that Frieza's beginning to just get frustrated with how the whole thing's going, some of those reactions are incredible, quite frankly. Between the two of you, how'd you guys lock into some of those just ramping up that...
You know, it's very weird. Sabat and I talked about it. In the television show, because it's more broken up, you can get away with going and breathing. There's not a lot of breathing in the film, and it's just a matter. You know, thank goodness I've had tons of vocal training as a singer and stuff like that. It's just all about breath control and placement, and then just trying to tap into that emotion. I tend not to be a real angry person in real life, so every now and again getting to let that out is probably very healthy. I would guess.
Working on those sorts of screams is like we're practicing for the long jump in the Olympics. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
we have to run up and you're like, all right, I'll make it all the way to that cut. And you're like, here we go. Beep, beep, beep. And you run, you're like, ah! And you're waiting for that mark to get just long enough. You're like, okay, just one more.
Let me try it again. I mean, and fortunately for me, Chris was real smart. We did almost all of the dialogue, except for the last 2 lines, so that all of the dialogue could be fresh. The only lines that we did after the screams, we markered all of the screams to do all of that in the last session so that I was still in full voice all the way through all of the recording. That last session was about 6 or 7 hours. It felt like there was all those and all of that. And by the end of the day, I sounded like Harvey Fierstein.
Which is when I had him record Frieza's last.
The last bit where he does the big bang.
He's all beat up.
Yeah. And that I thought was really smart because
I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
But you could hear the difference in the voice. You could hear it sounded like he had the crap beaten out of him. It was really cool.
Well, you know, the only one who could go toe-to-toe with Ayers on screaming in this movie is sitting right next to me.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I did it. I think Ayers trounced me in screaming.
But you know what I think you brought that I hadn't gotten to see out of Goku in a very, I don't know if ever, cocky Goku.
That's true. He doesn't, there's a couple of moments in Z and in Kai where Goku is cocky, and I remember in the games a little bit, and I don't know if he was in the last movie, but yeah, he does,
I thought those were some of my favorite moments is when you turn, you know, the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan and give him that, you know, I don't remember exactly the line, but yeah, that was the intention.
He's totally, he can get cocky sometimes.
He's like, you're snarky? Watch how snarky I can be.
Would you be willing to say, like, we have a lot of our discussions about Goku's character really come down to how cocky he is, and that's the truth. Like, because Goku can be just so friendly that it's very tough to go, I don't think Goku would ever say this in a mean way. He'd just say it in a very confident way. So we have to
stride the line between arrogance and ego and, you know, cocky and confidence. So, you know,
he wouldn't do anything that was like mean for no reason or anything like that. He would only do it in defense of something.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed getting to see kind of that part of, or at least that representation of him in a movie that ultimately one of the big themes is Goku's overconfidence being a weakness.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
So I thought that was a really unique touch that you guys brought to that.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if I was thinking about it in those terms or what, but one of the things I was trying to rationalize is if you're in a God mode or you're a God, how would that make you feel internally, and how would that be reflected in the vocal choices? And that was difficult to do, especially when he's in God mode. At least everything we know about Judeo-Christian gods, you know, I could have picked Thor or some other Norse god or whatever, but you know, the peace and love and no ego and no cockiness. So when you have God mode Goku saying cocky things, that seems antithetical to how we understand gods. But then again, I'm like, these are more archetypal gods, like Greek god archetypes is the way these characters are. So since they are, those guys got cocky all the time. So then there's your answer.
Rob's your uncle. So the sound, the overall mix in the theater, how did it strike you in comparison to, say, Battle of Gods?
I still was. It was hard to judge what Battle of Gods was like in the theater because I was still amazed that it was even in the theater. Like it was. This time we actually spent a little bit more time thinking about, all right, what is this going to sound like in a theater? So for the first time, the producers let us go to like a real sound stage, like a really amazing dub stage where we got to listen to it in a theater-like environment, and we learned a lot of things. And then we kind of rushed back to the studio because it was the day we were supposed to package it up and fix all these mix decisions and then send it off. And I really liked the way it turned out. I thought at the very beginning, I was thinking, I wonder if this is where the whole movie's going to sit dialogue-wise. But Raleigh and Neil and Nathaniel did some pretty cool tricks where it starts off fairly subtle, and then by the time you're at the end of that movie, your ears are like half bleeding, but you don't care. You're like, yes, bring me more of it. It was amazing.
It's really incredible.
I will say I'm trying to. I believe it was when Vegeta had a moment that when he screamed, I literally felt like I felt it in my bones.
Yeah.
It was intense.
They did a really nice job highlighting the sound of our voices in this one.
Yeah, they really did.
And they actually add some really interesting vocal effects to our screams these days. And it's different than you might think, too. They do this weird dual pitch thing. So when you listen to a really long scream, they do this thing where it kind of morphs into two pitches, one slightly higher than the other, and creates this great dissonance that makes you feel that way, I think. You know.
When a new property rolls down the pipeline, I mean, what's the level of excitement that you tend to have when you start jumping into it? Whether it's a new game, whether it's a Kai, whether it's maybe something in the future?
My excitement goes like this, and here's the graph of my excitement. What? Something new? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, I get to watch all these? Awesome. All right, okay, now we have to start casting it, and the deadline's getting really close. And shoot, we need to but I have to watch these episodes really fast before we start recording, and then I'm back up here, and then the first person comes in, you're like, yeah! And then like we're getting closer to our deadline. You're like, then you have to do a mix review, and you're like, oh, okay, this is actually, there was a reason we did this. And then you're really excited when you're done, too.
Yeah, pretty much.
True.
Sean, this is the first time you've been able to record a Goku performance, having just met the original voice actress for Goku.
Oh, yeah.
Did that play into anything at all for you? Did it set the tone?
Well, I mean, only in the sense that it only, like sometimes you play a character for a long time and you especially play a character that doesn't have a ton of different emotions and you get burned out. And Masako is so, it was more like I borrowed some of her spirit bomb just to kind of like, not like continue to honor. I've always honored the character really well, and I've always worked really hard to make sure that the character's honored, but I do get tired and I do get burned out. And so I'm like, man, she's still bringing it, and she's like 72. I can't get tired. Like, how can I let this old woman beat me? And I mean that with all respect, I do, because I'm so thoroughly impressed with her ability to vocalize, especially at her age. But even without that, it sounds like a young person, playing the character. So it's amazing. And so I guess what I'm saying I draw from it is like her inspiration to like just, she's just like, Goku loves everyone, he's happy, and she just is so clear. So that was very inspiring to just, keep bringing it when it's exhausting to do so.
She in a way embodies the relentless enthusiasm that all of his characters seem to have. You can tell that somehow Masako Nosawa and Akira Toriyama knew each other very well or something.
Yeah.
Somehow they were friends. I'd love to know that story, but
she's really tapped into it.
So spunky.
She is.
And very optimistic. She's like, Goku is everyone's friend.
Goku is everyone's friend.
So how many times did you have to do the line, "It's cheese"?
Oh. The minute I saw that animation and I seen it the first time, I already knew exactly how I wanted to play it. Because to me, it was like Goku and Vegeta are there, and you know how serious they are about fighting. we even added a little line in for Whis there for a second where the guys are fighting, and Whis is like, Beerus calls out for Whis. He goes, hold on a second. And both Vegeta and Goku go, oh, come on. And then they're talking about pizza and like, what is this concoction? It's so stringy. I'm like, jeez. Because I imagine if Vegeta was having to sit through and wait for them to discuss, which I imagine they do all the time, he would be so irritated by it. So I just imagine what it would be like for, I imagine he'd be very, very sarcastic to these guys.
So funny.
You know, you guys, especially Chris, you and Sean, you guys have worked together nonstop on this project for 18 years now, maybe more?
Oh, you're talking about Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
How is a working relationship that's got that much history behind it?
It could be a lot worse. No, and I don't mean that. But I'm like just thinking of. I'm always thinking of those historical behind-the-scenes shows where some famous actor they hate each other, and I'm like, and they have to work together forever and ever, and I'm like, oh my God.
We've seen that though, because we've been to a lot of conventions. I don't want to name any names, but you'll find that a lot of the people that you really loved watching when they were younger on the same show can't even be in the same room together.
Yeah,
it's true.
So
I just think
we
it's
can.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite frankly incredibly unique.
I will allow him in the same room with me.
Yes, he will allow him in the same.
That's about it, though. As far as it goes. I say Chris has to sit between us because
that's a given.
We have a. Yeah. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is like I'm glad it's not that, because because then it'd be like every time you got to go into work or every time you have to be associated, you just wouldn't be happy and
I feel like with all the people from Dragon Ball, all these people who've worked on it for so many years, we were all in the same kind of platoon together, like it or hate it. Like we were all there together, and whether it was fun or just painful or whatever, we all went through it together. So I think we're bonded in that sort of way. Once you've screened for hours and hours and hours in front of somebody, it's kind of hard to
Sometimes I feel like we're in every time I meet other casts, I always like to imagine that we're we're gangsters, we're the Dragon Ball crew, yo. And we have our own Z.
Well, you just proved that we are not gangsters.
We're totally.
You sure did, man.
We do Z's. I don't know. We do some kind of and then we bump into the Ninja Turtle crew, yo. We're like, oh, you want to throw down some vocals? Yo, we scream, yo. We have a special move, and then we don't have a dance off. We have a vocal off. We have a dance fight or whatever. And
we feel like West Side Story.
Yeah, West Side Story's about to happen, and we have our own,
The Powerpuff people walk by and those guys are always so angry.
Yeah, they're always yelling. I mean, I have bumped into other actors oh, you're part of the Dragon Ball crew. We have a crew, Yeah. And I feel like we need a special handshake and that we have this weird fraternity.
Guys, this is for me. This is a fantastic experience being around you guys. So much fun. For this whole weekend and event, but also April and all the things we were doing moving forward. But not only that, just the fact to share this incredible life experience of this with you guys is probably one of the most incredible moments throughout my life.
Absolutely, I would agree with you. It's just to have. It's like we did a red carpet last year, and then we're going to do one for this one. I'm like, I guess we're going to be doing one next year. I don't know. It's like a Christmas every year. It's Dragon Ball Z Christmas every July. That's pretty much what we're doing here.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you, Justin, for everything you do for us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Turn off the remote now.
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off. Go back to the menu, watch the trailers, pick a different special feature, something else.
You've seen us.
Watch the movie again.
Of course, the Kamehameha for everyone.
The comedy was great. Spot on comedy.
The phrase.
And it was great intro.
This was laugh out loud funny. I thought the translation was really smart.
Frieza won, Vegeta won, Goku won, everybody won low key.
There goes Vegeta right there.
If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you have to see this movie.
I just want to say, y'all are legends, man. Yeah, y'all legends. Yo, whoever does Kakarot's voice, I don't know, your vocal cords got me crazy stressed out by now, but I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
I'm giving you the blue, making sure there's blue all the way in front of the camera. So Piccolo's about to fight.
I am Whis. I am stronger than most people. I am tall, and my hair is taller.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like the rest of yous.
The only difference is, once they're on, I make old records.
Make sure to hold the line, because love isn't always on time.
What if he said natch?
What?
Natch.
What? I don't even know what that means.
Naturally, short for, people say natch.
Man, you are way hipper than I am.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Welcome to my lair. Oh. Oh, peekaboo.
These are the rules of Dragon Ball Z.
Come here, back there.
Oh, my kidneys, or whatever equivalent alien equivalent organ is there.
My space kidneys. Next, and that is...
But isn't it too late for that?
Not quite. Your share! You can turn back time! That's really funny. He goes, I can turn back time, then the cue. If I could turn back